My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my list of my 10 most anticipated movies of 2024. And this list was difficult to come up with. There were so many movies that could have made it, but these are the 10. The 10 that when I'm sitting in the theater waiting for the movie to start, these are the ones that I'll be most hyped for. So let's top it off with my 10th most anticipated movie of 2024. And this one I almost removed from this list. And it's Furiosa. Look, I love Mad Max Fury Road. I think it's one of the best action movies ever made. It is beautifully shot. It's got lots of great visuals and it's exciting, intense, and thrilling. This movie is George Miller's next movie in that franchise, and you've also got Anya Taylor-Joy, one of the best actresses working today, and you've got Chris Hemsworth giving a really weird performance, it looks like. So, I should be psyched out of my mind, and I'm still excited, but the trailer did not impress me. I thought visually it didn't look all too good, and it looks a bit too similar to Mad Max Fury Road, so that starts raising some concerns. Not enough to knock it off this list, but it was initially much higher. So yes, I'm still very excited and very optimistic about Furiosa. I just hope I'm right. My ninth most anticipated movie of 2024 is coming out in like a few days, but I'm still very excited for Night Swim. Look, the idea of a haunted swimming pool just sounds like so much fun to me. This movie's produced by James Wan, who is my absolute favorite. I loved Megan, I love Annabelle Comes Home, Annabelle Creation, the Nun movies, and he produced those ones. And I just feel like it could be a really fun, campy movie while also being legitimately scary. So, yeah, I feel like this could be a really fun original horror movie. So that's why it's on my list. My eighth most anticipated movie of 2024 is a movie that it's Terrifier 3. I am shocked. I'm so excited for this movie because I hate the first Terrifier. I think it's poorly written, it's poorly directed, it's never scary. But then the sequel came out and it was a huge improvement in every way. There's an actual story to get invested in. There's world building and there's characters, and you've got yourself some messed up moments, like seriously messed up. And it got me excited for the future of this franchise. And the fact that it's a Christmas horror movie gets me even more psyched. So honestly, I'm very excited for this movie. I feel like it will be a really messed up, brutal, gnarly, controversial, but awesome slasher. My seventh most anticipated movie of 2024 is the only comic book movie that I'm excited for. And it's Hellboy the Crooked Man. I know that might shock some people, but it seems like they're really scaling this one back. It seems like they're going to lean more into the horror genre. And the premise to this movie sounds amazing. In the 1950s, Hellboy and a rookie BPRD agent stranded in War Alpacia discover a small community haunted by witches led by a local devil with a troubling connection to Hellboy's past, the Crooked Man. That sounds like Resident Evil Village to me. It sounds like a very folklore kind of horror, and if you combine that with the superhero genre, I feel like this movie could be something really special. Like, I'm actually really excited for it. I hope it's great. Yes. So that's why it's on my list. My sixth most anticipated movie is A Quiet Place Day One. Now, I love A Quiet Place. I liked A Quiet Place too. And okay, so this movie is directed by someone else, but it's directed by the guy who did Pig, which was a fine movie. But what gets me really excited is that it's set in New York City. It's not going to be out in the middle of nowhere. It's not out in the woods. It's a completely different environment. And if you know me, you know that I believe that settings are everything in a movie. And if they actually utilize it, I feel like it could feel really fresh, feel new, and to be like its own beast entirely. The best section of the second movie was the day one, and to get that for an entire movie with all that confusion and panic and just hopelessness, I feel like it could be an excellent movie, so that's why it's one of my most anticipated. My fifth most anticipated movie might shock some people, but it is the American remake of Speak No Evil. Now, I reviewed the original Danish version, and I despise it. I think it is a terrible movie. So why would I be excited for this American remake? Because it's from director James Watkins. If you're not familiar with him, he directed The Woman in Black, which is a beautiful gothic horror movie. He directed Shut Up and Dance, which is the best Black Mirror episode. But most importantly, he directed Eden Lake. When I watched Eden Lake a few months ago, I was just like, man, this is like a better executed version of Speak No Evil. And I thought about the themes of Speak No Evil and Eden Lake, and I'm like, I think this guy could actually make it really good. I feel like he could make you feel that disgust, that hopelessness, without being too far-fetched. And then you've got James McAvoy in there. I think this movie will be one of the best movies of the year. And I'm actually very optimistic about it. So, despite my hatred for the original, this one I can't wait for. My fourth most anticipated movie is one of the best horror franchises ever coming back, and it's Alien Romulus. I love Alien. I love Aliens. I love Alien Resurrection. I love Prometheus. I like Alien Covenant. That's a pretty good one. So, this franchise just has never lost me. And, yeah, I'm ready for more. Just give me more great body horror and intensity and just some fantastic alien action. Like, I just have no reason to doubt this franchise as of yet. And the fact that it's directed by Fede Alvarez gets me even more excited. Like, the 2013 Evil Dead movie is great. I love it. I love Don't Breathe. I never saw his Girl in the Spider's Web movie, but the two movies he's made in the horror genre really stand out, and I can just picture him bringing those sensibilities to this movie. So yes, I'm very excited. Just please don't let me down. My third most anticipated movie is Don't Move. Now this movie's produced by Sam Raimi, who I love. But the reason why it's on this list is because I love the premise. A seasoned killer who injects a grieving woman with a paralytic agent. She must run, fight, and hide before her body completely shuts down. So it's a horror movie where this lady's slowly losing control of her body. That just sounds like the perfect escalation, the perfect amount of tension and thrills, and I feel like this could be a really effective movie. I'm calling it now. This is going to be the horror movie that blows up this year. I cannot wait. Okay, my top 2 movies I've gone back and forth with a few times. It's really difficult. I'm so excited for both of these, but I've settled on my second most anticipated movie being Beetlejuice 2. Now, I'm aware that sequels that happen decades after the original are really good, but my optimism is getting the better of me here. Like, I love the original Beetlejuice. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's actually very disturbing and scary, but also really funny. I love the practical effects, and I like that carried over to this sequel. Now, I also heard that they've done all production design. Like this movie isn't relying on CGI. It's going to be all practical, and that gets my hopes up. I would not be surprised if this movie sucks, but at the same time, I just got a good feeling about it. I hope this is a comeback for Tim Burton. I hope he delivers on the same magic as he once did, and I think he will. And I really hope I'm right. I really do, because I want to love this movie. So I guess we'll see, but either way, I'm very excited to go back to this world. But then we get to my most anticipated movie, and it is Nosferatu. Okay, I do have a concern. This movie stars Lily Rose Depp, who's good in what I've seen her in, but Anya Taylor-Joy would have been a much better choice. But that said, I've heard this movie has test screened very positively. I've heard it's very accessible. And like, Robert Eggers is one of my favorite directors right now. I love The Witch. It is one of the best movies ever made. I loved The Lighthouse. I loved The Northman. This guy just can't do anything wrong for me. And to do a gothic horror movie, count me in. I feel like this movie is going to be beautifully shot. It's going to be haunting and disturbing, maybe even emotional. I have every confidence that this movie will be exceptional. I think it's just, yeah, I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for all of these movies. And I hope they deliver. So, yes, that's my list of my most anticipated movies of 2024. But what's your list looking like? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.